Hey guys, Steffi here. Welcome back to my channel, I guess. I first of all just wanted to say thank you so much for watching my last video and all of the love that you guys gave and just the excitement that you had to see this journey that Mitch and I are on. We are officially in Knoxville, Tennessee. We are all moved in. That doesn't mean everything is put away and where it needs to be, and we don't have everything that we need, especially furniture. So I'm currently sitting in our living room, and as you can see, we have a couple of pieces of furniture, and I have a coffee table in front of me as well. But other than that, we don't have any furniture in our living room. So we have ordered a couch and we've ordered a media console, and we're waiting for those to come in, but they probably won't be here until like June. So that's about 4 weeks away. So until then, we are just mostly spending time in our kitchen and our dining room because we do have chairs in there, thankfully. So first of all, to start, I wanted to kind of back up a few weeks ago to when we were supposed to move. So plans got changed, and we were originally supposed to move the week of April 5th. So I think our moving day was supposed to be the 7th, which was a Wednesday, and the moving truck was coming on the 5th, that previous Monday, to get all of our things. So unfortunately, that did not happen because Mitch and I got the coronavirus. So we think we got it on Thursday, April 1st. So what a great April Fool's joke, right? Haha, very funny. But it's okay. So we got COVID April 1st, and I started not feeling well on Friday, April 2nd, which is when we were like finishing up packing all of our things from our house. Our plan was to have it all packed up, ready to go, and then we were going to stay at my parents' house that weekend just to spend some time with them, and then be there Monday morning for when the movers came. They were going to haul all of our stuff away, and then we were going to start traveling on Wednesday. And this was all before Mitch started his new job. So we were hoping to, get here, get settled in, do the house projects that we wanted to do, and then he could start work and I could start work, and it would just be kind of stress-free. However, that did not happen, like I said. So anyways, we had all of our stuff packed up that Friday, and that whole time I was feeling a little bit off. Just my body was kind of hurting, and I was really tired and kind of had a headache. And so I didn't really think anything of it at first, but then once I started to feel worse, I was like, yikes, I don't think something's right. And then someone we had been with a couple days before actually texted me, and she was like, hey, I tested positive for coronavirus. So I was like, oh shoot, maybe I do have it. And so then we both ended up getting tested, and we were both positive. So either way, even if we had it or didn't have it, we'd still have to quarantine, and that would have pushed our move date back further. So either way, we would have had to move a bit later than we were planning on. But since all of our stuff was packed up at our house and we didn't really have anything to live for 10 days in our house, we decided to still go to my parents' house because my mom is vaccinated and they have a basement, and we just decided to kind of hibernate in their basement and stay down there. And then we only came up for like food and water basically, and we would spend time outside as well. But we had to just stay distance from my dad, and we always wore a mask when we were around him. So we were distanced and masked. But yeah, it was a little bit stressful, and looking back, I think God's timing was perfect, and it was kind of nice for me to have that extra time with my parents, just because this is my first time moving, and yeah, just being away from them, I knew it's going to be hard, and it's going to be hard for them, especially my mom. So I think all in all, it was good, and it turned out to be okay in the end. As far as how we felt when we had COVID, we weren't that sick. I definitely got hit harder with it than Mitch did. Mitch mostly just had like sinus issues, and he was very tired and had body aches and things. But for me, it really affected my breathing because I have asthma. So I actually ended up in the ER one night just because my breathing got so bad, and it was really, really hard for me to get a good deep breath. And that's just kind of a scary thing to go through. So Mitch and his parents they all encouraged me to go. And so I went, and thankfully my mom was able to come with me because she was vaccinated, but it was really hard for Mitch to stay home. I know he really wished he could have gone with me and helped me through that, but thankfully I was in and out in about 3 hours, and they gave me a steroid that I took for about 5 days, and I started feeling a bit better after that. So other than that, those were pretty much our symptoms. I did have a bad headache for, I would say, like 5 or 6 days straight. So that was really, really tough. And then with the steroid that I was on, it was difficult to sleep. So all in all, the recovery wasn't great, but I know people that have had it way worse, and my heart just goes out to them. So if COVID only affected us moving and not, something very, very serious, then I'm super thankful. Anyways, we decided to cancel our moving company because they weren't going to be able to reschedule for like 3 or 4 weeks, and we really needed our stuff earlier than that. So we decided to rent a U-Haul and just do the whole move ourselves, which was kind of intimidating, but with the help of my parents and the help of some other guys that came to help, some of Mitch's friends, we were able to do it pretty quickly and efficiently. It was just when we got to Tennessee and didn't have help because we don't know anybody is where it was a little bit more difficult and time consuming, but all in all, it worked out fine. And my dad and Mitch put in a lot of work, and I just carried the little boxes that I could, but yeah, it wasn't too bad. So yes, after we canceled the moving company and got our U-Haul, it was time to actually move after we had quarantined for the time needed. And so we packed up the U-Haul one day with the help of a ton of old Young Life guys of Mitch's and also Young Life leaders that are currently leading. So shout out to you guys. I want to give a special shout out to Alan, who was our landlord. He helped us move. And then also Joyce for bringing us delicious brownies as a treat. Mitch and I considered that payment to everyone who came and helped. So thanks for providing the payment. Also, I want to give a shout out to Noah and Phil, Matt, Christian, Ben, Mitchell, Timmy, Peyton, and lastly, Roger and Riley for coming to say goodbye. And yeah, my parents, obviously. So shout out to all of those people. Thank you so much for helping us load up the U-Haul. We honestly could not have done it without you. So after we got the U-Haul all packed up, it was time for me to say goodbye to my best friend, Becca. So Mitch, Becca, and I all went out to get dinner, and I didn't even think about really saying goodbye to her, or that would be a hard thing. And I don't think she did either. I don't know, we just didn't really that didn't click in our heads for us that we actually had to say goodbye and that we wouldn't be able to see each other very often. And so when we went to hug goodbye, like we always do, we were like, oh, we're not gonna see each other for a while. And so we both broke down in tears, and I cried the whole way home, and it was hard, but it really helped because we knew we were gonna see each other in a week. She already came to visit. So we had that to hold on to for sure. The next morning, it was time to leave. It was moving day. And actually Mitch had just started working that week. And so he wasn't able to come with me and my parents. He drove down later after work. But me and my mom and Dad left around 7:15 in the morning. We did our journey to Knoxville, which is only 6 hours away, but with stops and with my dad driving the U-Haul, we knew it would take a little bit longer. And so we left pretty early. That way we would have enough time to get some things done in the evening when we got there. So my mom and I traveled together and my dad drove separately, just because my mom and I like to take a lot more frequent breaks for the potty and for Starbucks and snacks. So my dad's like, I am not staying with you guys. You guys can do your own thing. So me and my mom traveled together, which was nice. She drove my dad's truck and I drove my car, and then my dad drove the U-Haul, and then Mitch drove his truck later when he came. So we were all separate, but it was nice to just have some time to like listen to a podcast and sing and pray and just spend some time by myself before like the chaotic week that I knew we were going to have with unpacking and organizing and house projects and all of that. We ended up getting to Knoxville around 3:30 that afternoon, and the moment we got here, I realized how dirty our house was. And I think it just gets dirty from all of the people coming in and out with showings, and then also basically everything in our house was new. It was built in the 60s, but they've redone everything and they put in all new electrical and plumbing and HVAC, everything was new. So there was a lot of like dust and things like that we really needed to clean, and we wanted to clean anyway before we started on our house project. So when we got here, me and my parents basically just spent that whole afternoon and evening cleaning, and they had never seen the house before. So it was so exciting to show them where this is where we're gonna live and all of that. But yeah, so we spent the evening cleaning, and then that evening we ate some spaghetti. So my dad had prepared like a spaghetti bake for us to eat when we got there and kind of throughout the week when we were there. So we baked it in the oven, first time using my oven in my new kitchen, which was so fun. And me and my parents just ate in our dining room chairs because that's basically the only furniture that we had, which, yeah, it makes sense to eat in a dining room chair, but we didn't have a table, so we just sat there and ate on some paper plates, and it was just a sweet little moment. That night, Mitch arrived around 11:30, so it was pretty late. And thankfully, his company that he's working for provided a hotel stay for us for 4 nights, I think. So I just met him at the hotel since it was so late and we crashed that night. We were both exhausted. So the whole first week in Knoxville was basically just spent doing house projects and unloading the truck, getting things organized. We did a lot of house projects, and I will definitely do like a full house tour when it's all done. But we painted all of the walls white. They were originally gray, so we painted them all white. We also put in like a board-in batten in the entryway. We also replaced some light fixtures and painted some original light fixtures that I just wanted to kind of enhance and update a little bit to fit my style. Also painted the kitchen cabinets. Shout out to Mom, she painted all of them and they look beautiful. Originally they were like a cream color and we went to white. So it's a lot brighter and just fits my style a little bit better. We also painted the 2 front doors. They were originally red and we painted them black, and they match the shutters, and I think it just gives it more of a sleek and polished look. We replaced the hardware in the kitchen and the bathrooms. We also hung curtains and put up some decor and things on the walls. In some of the closets, they didn't have rods or shelves, so we had to install those as well. Mitch also got his first lawnmower, an edger, and a leaf blower, which was very exciting to him because he's never had his own yard before. He's always rented, and we rented when we were living in Indiana. So that's been super fun for him. In our backyard, we found the perfect spot for a hammock, and I think my parents enjoyed that a lot. We took lots of Target, Home Depot, Marshall's, and Starbucks trips. We went downtown a couple of times for dinner, and we also went to the Waffle House, which is right at the entrance to our neighborhood, so it's in walking distance. And then we went furniture shopping and we bought our first couch. So we have a sectional coming, and like I said, it won't be here for about a month, but we are very excited. So all in all, it was like such a great week just working on the house, and it was so fun to see my like visions of the house come to life and just see things come together so well. My parents were truly amazing and did so much for us. They were free labor, which we can appreciate, and they honestly never complained or grumbled and really just like did whatever I wanted. My older brothers would probably call me a spoiled brat, but whatever. Can't help being the favorite child. But yeah, so thank you so much, Mom and Dad, for all that you did to make my house dreams come true, and just for being so willing and honestly really fun to work with as well. We just had so many fun moments and laughed so much, and I just love how much my mom and dad and Mitch get along too, and we're all just like really good friends. So it's been like very quiet not having them around. So come back soon, Mom and Dad. When they left, it was pretty hard for me. I cried pretty much the rest of the day on and off, and it was just emotional. I'm really close with my parents, so being apart from them, even if it's only 6 hours, is still different, and it's just new for us. And I know my mom was having a hard time too, so we just like texted back and forth all day, and yeah, it was just different being alone. One thing that helped though was the fact that me and Mitch are going home for Mother's Day weekend, which is only 2 weeks after they left, so it really won't be that bad. So all during this week, Mitch and I were both working. He is working from home, and he just continued his job. He was pretty excited to not be doing like the trainings and signing up for benefits and getting enrolled and all this stuff, and he could actually like meet with his team and start working. So he's on Zoom call meetings a lot, and he's set up his office space, so that's been good for him. And then I started my job. So I am taking 2 boys home from school. I pick them up at their school and then take them home and then just come home. So that's one of my jobs. So that runs, the time I have to leave is 2:30, and then I get home around 4:15. So it's almost 2 hours of work and driving. Their school is pretty far away from my house. So, but it's kind of nice to just like get on the road, and the sights are so pretty. So I don't mind the drive at all. And then I was also supposed to start another job caring for a baby. And the family actually backed out last minute. They're just really nervous about COVID and their child, which I completely understand. Like, I have no idea how I would be as a parent during this pandemic. So completely understandable. I got back on care.com and started applying to more jobs. And thankfully I was able to find one very, very quickly. Actually, I ended up applying on like a Wednesday or Thursday, went to their house for an interview on Friday, and then they offered me the job on Saturday. And then I started on Tuesday. So it happened very quickly, and I'm just so thankful. I know that God like really lined up this job for me, and I love the parents. They're super sweet, and they love Jesus as well, which is a plus. And they have a little girl. She's 6 months old, and she's super easy to care for and such a happy baby. So I'm just really, really happy with where I'm at. I really love all of the kids that I work with and their families as well, which is just such a blessing. The boys that I pick up actually remind me of my nephews. They just have like the same personalities, and one of them even looks so much like my nephew. So it's fun to have that like sweet, it kind of like fills the void in my heart for not being able to see them as often, which is really, really great. So yeah, we're just getting all settled in. We are loving our new house. We're loving Knoxville so far, and there's just so much stuff to do. Mitch and I have been enjoying finding new restaurants and coffee shops, and we just love to spend time downtown, exploring new this new place that we're in. Tomorrow we're going to this place called Baxter Gardens to do a long walk, and it looks really, really beautiful, and we're really excited about that. I've also been taking quite a few walks outside in our neighborhood, which this morning I actually had a really bad experience. I came into contact with my biggest fear, which is snakes, and even just saying that word right now is really hard for me because I feel traumatized by what happened. I mean, I just saw it and then I walked away. I immediately broke down. I called Mitch. He was in a meeting, but then thankfully he called me right back and he came and picked me up. I was seriously frozen and I couldn't move. It was terrible. He's right here. Thank you, Mitch, for coming to save me.
Hello.
You're the best.
Thanks.
Thanks. And what else have we done? Oh, the other day we got our dining room table and we put that together, which is always an adventure, putting together IKEA furniture, but success. We have the dining room table. We've also been making dinners at home, which is fun to do in our new kitchen. And I just love like keeping our house tidy and neat and clean. And I'm loving washing our clothes in our new washer and dryer. These are the things you get excited about when you're an adult, I guess. So yeah, we're looking forward to meeting more people and we're hoping to try out a church this Sunday. So we'll see how that goes. We've already had 2 people come to visit. Becca came, which was so fun. And then Michael, Mitch's brother, came too. So we had a really good weekend with them and it was fun to just like have people in our new house and show them around. I think this weekend, Mitch and I are gonna go to Smoky Mountains and take a hike. So we're excited about that. It's only like 40 minutes away, right babe?
Hour 15.
Oh, it's an hour and 15 minutes away. I was way off, but that's still not bad for...
No, just to the bottom.
Oh, that's just to the bottom. And then we actually have to hike it.
It's about a 40-minute drive once you get into the park.
Oh.
It's all the land is.
Wow. It'll still be fun. It'll be so pretty. Yeah, we're really excited. And we're hiking?
Yeah. It's just a short hike. Just a Klinsman dome.
We're just getting adventurous out here. Fun, a little different from Indiana. We're just trying to absorb what Tennessee has to offer us. And then we're still waiting on some furniture to arrive. So the moving company still did go to Ohio because Mitch's family has a storage unit there that has a bunch of furniture in it, and we're taking some of that for our house. So they did still go to the storage unit and they're picking that up, then bringing it here. They were supposed to come yesterday, but didn't show up. So we've had a lot of problems with them. So they're supposed to come tomorrow. Fingers crossed they actually do. And we end up getting our bed. We've been sleeping in a guest room, which is totally fine, but I'm excited to get our bedroom all set up and beautified. That's about it. There will be a house tour coming at some point, and I'm just excited to do more like vloggy day in my life kind of things and just show you my new routines here. Not that they're figured out yet, but they will be figured out. So anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. If you're still here, we'll see you guys super soon. Bye. Bye. Mitch is making me go outside with him to get the mail, but I'm really nervous because of what happened this morning. Facing my fears. Mitch, you're going too fast. Stay with me. I'm so nervous. I'm really good.
Just breathe. Just take every step, take a breath, and be all right.
Oh gosh. I'm doing it. What's wrong?
Just blow them away. I'll leave lower.
What if it traveled all the way over here?
Probably didn't.
You say probably though.
It definitely did.
Stop looking around. I'm so scared.
Sippy.
Let's go inside.
Alright, we gotta get the rest of this.
I think this weekend we're gonna go to the Smoky Mountains. Is that what it's called? Okay, I gotta start that over. I'm not putting that. Okay, babe, stop talking. I gotta finish this up. It's like 26 minutes. And we're still waiting on some furniture to arrive. That sounded awful. And then we're still waiting on some furniture. Why can't I talk?